Hello. Thank you for joining me for Samuel in Springtime. Today is Wednesday, May 12th, and this is the 12th chapter of the first book of Samuel. This chapter is about essentially Samuel's retirement. He tells them that he is old and gray and that he is going to go away. They have their king now. He can rule over them. He's proven himself able to do that, and they love him. And so Samuel's like, you have no need for me anymore. But he starts off by going through this, what I would call asking for a vote of confidence. Have I led you with corruption, or have I led you with righteousness? And so he proves to be a righteous person, and they admit that he is a very righteous leader. And then he makes what I call reminder speeches. These happen pretty often in these narrative books in the Bible. So he makes these reminder speeches, and he has Moses, Aaron, Jerubbaal, Barak, Jephthah, and Samson that he lifts up as deliverers sent by God to deliver the Israelites. But he also talks a little bit about some of the commanders and kings that the Israelites were under the foot of, and just reminds them how far they've come and where God has brought them. And then he relates more to the stories at hand that are going on right now, just happened with the Ammonites and their evil king. And he says that he still keeps up that point that asking for a king is rejecting the kingship of God in their nation. And so he points that out. And he says, though, if you follow the commands of God, then you and your king will be spared. But if you don't, you're both going down. If either one of you fail, the wrath of God will be against you. And he says, listen, I'll show you. It's today the harvest. Well, I'll have God rain down thunder and rain on you. And it happens. And they're all filled with fear. And so they say, pray to the Lord, your God, for your servants, so that we may not die. For we have added to all our sins the evil of demanding for a king for ourselves. And Samuel said to the people, do not be afraid. You have done all this evil, yet do not turn aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart, and do not turn aside after useless things. This is very important. That cannot profit or save, for they are useless. So it's really important that we not chase after useless things. That's really kind of what it's saying here. And I really feel like that's the strong message of even the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And of course, back then they had other gods to worship, and they did do that. And then kind of having a king is sort of, I think it's somewhat of a breach of that. And they'll find out how it comes back to kind of bite them. But he just reiterates, as he's leaving, his song swan reiterates the point that asking for a king is rejecting God. He says, only fear the Lord and serve him faithfully with all your heart, for consider what great things he has done for you. And if you still do wickedly, you shall be swept away, both you and your king. Samuel is, basically this is a swan song, but not really, because what we know for the future, and this is a spoiler alert, he is going to be the one who anoints King David. So we haven't seen the last of Samuel, even though he's had his basic retirement party here today. So I hope you will follow the ways of the Lord as you go throughout your day. God bless you.